Well, good morning everyone. I hope we are all good. Hope everyone's all okay. We are back. We are going fishing. Last few weeks have been taken, a lot of time's been taken up by getting the boat done. Boat is pretty much there now. We're there where we can actually start using it. G was out on the boat the other day with his family. I think me and G are going out on a boat tomorrow. A couple of more bits to do, but we've got to start using it, otherwise we're going to miss the summer. So because the boat is now pretty much complete, that means I can go back to doing what I do best, and that is fishing. If I do fishing best, back to fishing. That is it. I can't wait to hit the beach. Last time we went fishing, we went Weybourne. We was camping, and that's when we got hit by that mad thunderstorm and the hailstones, and that kind of ruined the day. And the last time I went before that was about 3 weeks before that. So I think it's literally 5 weeks, 6 weeks since I've been on the beach properly doing fishing. Pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. Night shift, I finished work at 6 this morning. It's now 5 to 7. I'm about to leave, go and pick up G. I literally got home, had a wash, sorted a few bits out. That's it, straight out the door. If I don't do it though, if I go to bed and go to sleep, that's it, I've missed a day, innit? I've got a day off, do you know what I mean? Don't want to lose the day. Rather do something good with the day, and that is fishing. So we're gonna pick G up, usual, go to McDonald's, get a breakfast, and then we are going to Tramps Alley, Corton, which is obviously a good little hot spot that we like to go to, and that has been producing well lately as well. There's been codling caught there and everything lately, so yeah, that's the plan of action. Right, 5 to 7, I'm about to leave the door. G, McDonald's, beach. I'll see you when we are on the beach. Here we are, Corton. Oh my God, it's been ages since we've been down here, absolutely ages. Low tide at the moment. I think high tide is about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I'll obviously bring the rod dress down, but I'm going to leave all my main box and all that up there on the ridge. Mate, not a cloud in the sky. Sun is up there, not a cloud. Hardly any surf. Might be right if I cut the bass a bit further out, but we'll just get out there, we'll see what's happening, and we'll see what's happening. Right, let's get all this set up, let's get some bait on the hooks, and yeah, let's get out there, see what we can do. All set up, ready to go. G's out, he's already casted. Right, I'm using 2 hook flappers on the left rod and the right rod. Right hand side, I've got a snood there, 20 odd centimetres. We've got a bit of squid on there. We've got a little bit of squid on the bottom. Left hand side, got some lugworm on there and some lugworm on there. They were frozen, and I thawed them out last night in the fridge. As usual, I'll go through my bait and I'll show you my bait in a minute. Right, let's get these in the water. So that's both of them cast out. I haven't gone too great a distance. They're not clip down rigs or anything like that. The hooks are literally just, so you're never going to get too much distance unless it's clipped down. But I've got a fair distance, I don't know, 70, 80 yards maybe, something like that. Yeah, they're out there, they're in the water. Definitely going to know if you get a bite today. 0 breeze on this beach. So there's going to be no mistaking the winds blowing the rod tips. If that rod tip moves, that is a fish. No breeze down here at all. That sun is getting hotter and hotter by the minute. What is the time now? Just out of curiosity. 8:15. 8:15 and we're out there. Right, I'll quickly go up and show you my bait. Oh, right, so my worms, they were frozen blacks. I got them from Pownall's. That's on Regent Road in Great Yarmouth. I went in there, pack of frozens yesterday. I left them in the fridge last night. They have thawed out. Fat, chunky, nice length. Look, that little bit I got there, that last worm I put on was so long. Like I said, it's so long I cut it in 3. So I've put one on one hook, one on the other hook, and I've still got a bit of worm left over there. The same as that, same as that. You can cut these into 3. Then got put, and Joe, what? Literally, it was a length like that I had on when I caught that smooth hound the last time I was fishing Yarmouth North Beach, and that smooth hound was my PB smooth hound, and he literally took a worm that size on a 2-hook flapper rig. Right, also got a bag of squid here. Again, that's some poundals. Nice big bag of squid. G's grabbed a few of it and he's took them up there. And in this little bag I've got some of these prawns. We were using these when we went down to Devon. I get them from Lidl, langoustines, whatever they are. So I buy them at Lidl supermarket. You get a whole box of about 30 of them for like £8. And I've been a bit wise today. I've brought the cool box down. So we've got an ice block in there. We can put all the bait in there. We'll zip it up. Oh, stop that blow away. We'll zip it up and that'll keep the bait nice and fresh. Because like I was saying, a day like today, that bait stays out too long. Pop you down there. On a day like today, that bait stays out too long in this sun, it's just going to wilt. The squid will go all hard, the worms will go all solid, it's absolutely wilt. So the key thing today is keeping the bait nice and fresh, hence the cool box. Right, that's it. We're out there. Let's hopefully, when I come back, hopefully I'm holding up something decent. Hopefully. So, for those that are regular watchers to my channel, you know normally it's about now when I make myself a cup of tea. Not today. You know what, sometimes when it's hot, I still drink a cup of tea. It does actually cool you down. I know they say it, a lot of people think it's myth. But on a hot day, a cup of tea does cool you down. But I couldn't be bothered today, bringing the flask down, doing the milk, doing the sugar, all the rest of it. And like I say, it is a hot one. I had these in the cool bag with the bait is in, but I won't put it back in there now because that bag of squid's open. And I'll be having a swig of my drink and it'll be tasting like squid. Keeping an eye on G, he was shouting a minute ago. He was saying one of his rod tips was moving a little bit. I said to him, if we can get a fish out in the first sort of half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, I think we're going to be on to a good day. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But it is getting hotter and hotter by the minute. No cloud cover at all today, just pure sun. And I brought my cap with me as well because I go bright red in the sun. Literally bright red. But do you know how good it feels to be on the beach fishing? Oh my God, I have missed this. I have missed it. I have missed this so much. 6 weeks since we've done proper fishing. Like I say, we went a few weeks ago, but we got rained off. So it's been 6 weeks since I've actually been out on the beach and done some proper fishing. And I have missed it so much. It feels so good to be down here on the beach. I'm in my element, in my absolute element. Just get some fish out and I'll be even more happier, I'll tell you that. Right hand side rod, I'm going to reel that in. It bounced a couple of times, it come right back up on itself, went back down and bounced. Let's just get it in and have a little check. Feels like it's on a snag or something like that. What is that one? Let's pull up on something there. It's bringing it in, whatever it is though, it's bringing it in. No, I'm not on. It's bringing it in. It ain't a fish, it ain't banging or nothing. It can't be a fish, the rod tip's not moving. Pull up on something.
Where is it? Wait.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you bought someone else's. Oh, wait, man, look at that.
Oh, look, mate, look what I've caught up on. I've got someone else's rig, someone else's line, big hump of weed. What's that? It's like a fish buddy feeder or something. Oh my God, what have I brought in here? So look, this is my trace coming down to here. Restry between my knees. Right, I've pulled this out. It's like a fish feeder thing on there. whole load of weed, clump of line, more weed. Right, I'm not going to leave that because that'll snag someone else up. Right, if this bait's okay, right, squid's okay. Look at all this I've pulled out. Look, if someone's fish feeder fin on a weight, line, clump of line, more clump of line. Oh, mate. Right, let's get this out. I'll sort that out in a minute. I'm going to leave that on the beach for someone else. Squid's okay. Well, all that squid's okay. I want to get that straight back out there. Right, I got this untangled. That's all the weed that come off it. Look at all that. That's why I was having trouble putting it in. It's weird because it felt like it was snagged, but I knew I was bringing the snag in. And it was like, right, anyway, this trace here, I don't know who the hell has been fishing down here, but I kid you not, that's got to be £100 line. Mate, I've got shoelaces thinner than that. That's got to be like £100 line. I've never seen line. Look here, how thick that is. Now, that's my finger, and that's the line. Look, I've never seen line like it. Then it comes down to one of these. So it's like when you go freshwater fishing, isn't it? It's like a swim feeder, but it's got the weight attached to it. So I'm guessing you can pack that out with a bit of weight and it lets out a scent. Then it comes down to this thinner line. That looks like it's a 70, 80 pound line. And it comes down to a hook. Well, do you know what? Last time I saw a hook that big, they turned around and said, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. What the hell are they catching? Oh, mate, I don't know who's been fishing there. This is like £100 line. Look, size of the hook. Size of the hook's end of my finger, look. Mate. Anyway, I'm going to gather all that up nice and neat. So it's out of the way, because I ain't going to use that. That's all the setups I use. I'll gather it up and I'll put it in my rubbish bag and I'll put that in the bin when I go back up. But I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at how thick that line is. Like I say, I'm not kidding. I've got shoelaces that are thinner than that. Bloody hells bells. Right, keep an eye on them rods. G just reeled in. He thought he had a little bite, but he reeled in, nothing on there. So keep an eye on these rods. Yeah, I'm going to gather all that up and I'll put that in my rubbish bag. So I'll take that up to the bin when I leave. Just reeled this in to check the bait. Look at the weed. Look, clump of weed there. Clump of weed there. Massive clump of weed there. Oh my days. Right, I'm going to get that weed off, cast it back out. So my plan now is only go out 40, 50 yards. Because sometimes the weed, it passes in like waves, do you know what I mean? And if the weed's passing sort of 60, 70, 80 yards out, by coming in 30, 40 yards, I might literally just be this side of it. Right, pick all that off, get some fresh bait on there, go out about 30, 40 yards and see if we can avoid that stuff. So I just picked all that weed off the line. I got down to my bottom hook, and the bottom hook, he's alive because his tentacles are moving. Look, we've got starfish here. Look. Right, G's going to get a photo and I'll throw him back in because he's still alive. He looks a bit rigid, but yeah, look, he's moving. He's alive. He's alive. Right, G's going to get a photo. Want a photo?
Yeah, he's alive, yeah.
Yeah, right, we'll throw him back in, yeah?
Yeah, throw him back in.
Look, get him back in. Hey, there you go, buddy.
Seagull probably.
Yeah, no, he goes straight to the bottom. Oh. Yeah, at least, at least I ain't blanked. Right, fresh bait, let's get that out of there. Well, I've rebaited both of them up. I've literally gone out 40 odd yards with them, try and clear that weed. So far, what I've reeled both of them in, and that trace I pulled in earlier, this is the weed I've had out so far, look. Look. I know a big clump of that was on that trace I reeled in. But my right hand side had a big clump and left hand a big clump. So yeah, fingers crossed, 40 yards. Hopefully we can steer clear of that weed a little bit. Right, let's check G out. It was quite a decent bite. But then, like I say, you never know. Because yeah, it might be weeds. If that weed's all going across, I've literally, those two I've just cast out, G, I've gone out about 40 yards, literally. Yeah. Try and steer clear of that weed. Yeah, you can see it because it's on the surface, look.
No, it's underneath, look. It's like a lot of weed, I don't think the fish on it. Quite heavy.
Hopefully there's a fish on it.
It's moving a lot.
Yeah. That's weed, but is there a fish on there as well? Or have we just got weed?
Yeah,
Weed. Weed. That's not good. That's not good. Because I say high tide's not till this afternoon. So if that weed is coming in the whole time the tide is coming in, then yeah, we're gonna have all afternoon of that. Well, all morning of that. I think we're planning on leaving about 1 o'clock-ish before it starts getting too hot. That was the plan. Oh, just when everything looked like perfect conditions, the weed has to go and ruin the day, doesn't it? Hey, look, we haven't blanked. Got ourselves a little pouting. Little one, tiny little one, look. Oh man, right, we're getting off and we're getting back in. Save the blank now, innit? But I want to do a bit better. So let's save the blank. There might have only been a tiny little pouting, but if you'd have noticed, I didn't bring any weed out on that at all. No weed whatsoever. And that's the difference between going out 40 yards and going out 80, 90, 100 yards. Always find when the weed is picking up, just literally just leave it in that little bit nearer, and it does tend to avoid it. So fingers crossed we can avoid it. I'm looking like someone out of Egypt at the moment. I've got my tea towel on my head. I'll tell you, that sun is absolutely baking. I've only got my t-shirt today and I know my neck is going to get. So I thought, right, let's do it Egyptian style. It is a clean tea towel, it ain't got fish guts on it or nothing. It is a clean one. Right, come on, I want that a bit bigger. This weed is getting beyond a joke now. Like literally, we're both just bringing clumps and clumps and clumps in. G's last cast, he cast out, literally the rod wasn't even out there a minute, and you can see it all pulling. Where I've cast out now, I'm not even joking, I can literally probably wade out up to my waist and drop the weight in. That is how close I've come in now to try and avoid a bit of that. I'm just hoping it passes. I just had a double check on my high tides times. Lowestoft high tide is 1:15. Lowestoft is literally like where that wind turbine is there. So other end of this beach pretty much, that's 1:15. I know after high tide the weed situation will change, but it's 10 o'clock at the moment, so we've been here what, 2 hours? We've done 2 hours. I was lucky, I think, to get that pouting out of the way. The weed, like I say, it's just covering all the bait up. And where I am now, literally, if I was in a pair of shorts, I could probably wade out to my waist and drop the weight in where I am now. And I bet that still picks up a little bit of weed. It has to change, man. If it don't change in the next half hour, 45 minutes or so, then I think I have to knock it on the head. It's unfishable. You can't fish it when it's like this. It's unfishable. Do you know what I mean? Unfishable. So we'll just give it another half hour or so. We'll see how we get on. Oh, still bringing clumps of weed out. Hey, I'm going to show you. Well, I'm going to show you a cast. I'll show you how far out I'm casting. Just to give you an idea. When I say I'm only going out 10, 15, 20 yards, look, I'm not joking. God, Bass just jumped out of the water then. Bass just jumped out of the water. Yeah, literally. Oh my God. Literally, I cast, my weight went down there, and as my weight went down, caught in my eye, something flash, I turned, and as I turned, a bass jumped out of the water. Literally, right at the end of where my finger is. He jumped straight out. Well, as you see by that, how far I'm casting out. Do you know what, it's harder, I find it harder to cast close in than I do to cast further out. When you cast out, you go for it, you cast, don't you? When you're casting close in and you're just trying to give it a little flick, I find it harder. But do you know what? But then, look, if I'm only going 15, 20 yards out and that bass just jumped out of the water, literally 20 yards out. Oh, Jesus reeled in. Guess what he's got? Yep, weed. Clumps of it. Oh my God, I really can't believe, I literally, that corner of my eye, I see a movement, and as I look, I see the flash of skin, and as I see the flash of skin, I see it come up and I see the big splash. And he was literally like at the end of where my finger is, and I'm like there. And you never know, I've got squid on there still as well. I've got squid and the worm, and the bass do go for the bit of squid, so you never know. Oh, at least one good sign's coming out of it today. Oh, if we get a bass, that'd just be ideal. Ideal. How are we doing now for time? 20 past 10 now. Oh, come on, Mr. Bass. Right, just coming up to 11 o'clock. So we've been here 3 hours now. And I've had, what, one starfish, pouting. G's had nothing, apart from loads of weeds. I'm only out 20 yards. I'm getting loads of knocks, loads of bangs, but I've got 3 Nash's crabs out there now. I'm reeling in, bait's just being stripped. Any further than that, G just tried, comes to weed. So, I don't know, might just give it another half hour. Give it till 11:30. I might have been inclined to stay a little bit longer, but Si's just put a photo on the group chat and he's in the pub beer garden having a beer. So I just said to G, what do we do? I mean, at least we've had a bit of fishing, innit? We ain't just like we've just gone to the pub all day. At least we've actually got a bit of fishing in before we go to the pub. Like I say, if we stay till 11:30, it's 3.5 hours fishing, do you know what I mean? That's why it's quite good to get up early, well not up early, as soon as I finish work, get home and pick G up early and get out here. So I'm going to speak to G, see what he's saying, and like I say, yeah, maybe give another half hour. Who knows though, who knows, might get something out yet, you never know. Right, well I've got one rod packed down, that one now I've just put fresh bait on, just thrown that out, so that is going to be my last cast. There's another guy set up now, just literally the other side of where the G is, got that groin, just the other side of that groin. What we're coming up to, 20 past 11. So, yeah, we've had like 3.5 hours, 3 hours 20 minutes, something like that. But like I say, one pouting, one starfish, and yeah, a ridiculous amount of weed. That's just how it's gone today, and it's just been one of them, but you never know. I've done it before on the last cast. I could do it again on the last cast. You just never know. Oh, G's just pulled a dogfish out right at the end. Just to save the day. Look at that. He's pulled a little... He's pulled... Oh, it's gone through there and there. He's pulled a little doggy out. Right, we get the... let's get some school just. We get him off. Oh, yes, G. Wait, look at that.
Get in there, boy.
Saved the day, right at the end.
Get in there.
Wicked, nice one, G. I talk about leaving it to the last minute. That was literally G's last cast as well. I always said, didn't it? Your last cast, you never know. Pack one rod down, he's getting ready. He's just reeling in to pack the other rod down. Just before he reeled it, he thought, reeled it in, yeah, dogfish on there. And do you know what he caught that on? So a couple of casts before that, he brought in a big clump of weed. And there was a little tiny crab like that, a little tiny crab clinging onto the weed. He took that crab off and he put that crab on the hook and he threw it out. And that's what the dogfish took. He took a tiny little, they've got a name, I forget the name now, they're not called baby crabs, but yeah, one of them tiny little crab. And that's what that dogfish took. Look at that, man, eh? See? It's worth sticking it out sometimes, isn't it? Just for that one last cast. Just goes to show you. Nice one. He's buzzing now. He's buzzing. I reckon the beers are on him now. Right, that is it. That has brought us to the end of our little fishing day. We got a few hours in. Like I say, I was doing alright. At least I had that little pouting out, but G saved the day, didn't he, with that dogfish. Rubbish is there, the cans of drink, all that line I reeled in earlier with that weight, that's all in there. There's a bin just there. Right, quick question for you guys. Have a little second to think about it. What in this world is free? This is where you all going, nothing's for free in this world. I'll tell you what is for free. Subscribing to my YouTube channel. It costs absolutely nothing. Don't cost a penny. Subscribe to it. Every time I go fishing, you'll be able to see all the videos, see where we're going. Basically, you get to hang around with Dave, don't you? What's better than hanging out with Dave? Nothing. So hit that button, guys. Subscribe to that channel. We'll be back soon with another video. Like I say, boat's all done, so that's it. We're back now. Back fishing. We're back with another one. It's a bit of rubbish. See, rubbish, G's got a bit of rubbish. Keep the beaches clean. Subscribe to that channel and I will see you on the next video. Right, have a good one guys.